Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club New Eyes, or Doki Doki New Eyes. So we left off... Oh wow, that just turned really a beat really quickly, because I've been listening to that for like 5 minutes, preparing to record. It just changes my mood completely. Okay, let's just start. He nods and he gives me my poem back. Oh yeah, we're sharing our poem with, MC or FD, whatever. He turns around and he goes towards Sayori, who's now smiling at him. In a few seconds, Monica already next to me, ready to share her poem. Ready to give me your poem? Oh sure. You look like really excited about this, Monica. I know you'll give me honest feedback. I really like it when you tell me what you think. Oh, is that so? I'm really glad to read it then. Monica smiles and hands me her poem. I grab it and I read it, making sure not to wrinkle Monica's beautiful sheet of paper. The colors, they won't stop, bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise, the noise that won't stop, violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing the chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Well, damn. I didn't know Monica was that deep. Jesus. Wow. I just stand there looking at her poem for a solid minute, even more impressive than the one I read yesterday. The words mix and create a perfect rhythm, and even though the meaning of the poem is indeed a little blurry, I can feel something. This poem makes me feel something. It doesn't happen often, but this is truly incredible. I look at Monica and flash her a big smile. You're awfully good, Monica. I really can't find any flaws in your poem. I think it's more than mine, to be honest. I like it more than mine, to be honest. No, I don't think it's any better. Having read yours, I can guarantee yours, I guarantee you mine is, I can guarantee you, mine is nothing next to yours. Okay, however, it's really flattering to hear you complimenting my poem. What did you particularly like about it? I pondered for a few seconds trying to put my thoughts into words. There are many striking elements that can be considered as good, but there are two specific factors that made me like this. First, the metaphors he used at the end. I really enjoyed them. They're easy to picture, yet they convey so much more than their apparent simplicity. Second, the rhythm. Just like the one you wrote yesterday, I was so into it. It's like the words follow each other perfectly, in that, if that makes any sense. It's good. It's really good. Do you seriously believe that? Of course. I won't lie about these things. I didn't expect it to be that good, quite honestly. Also, thank you. It's no big deal. Thank you for showing it to me. I hand her the poem. Just as I do, Natsuki comes up next to us, poem in hand. Hey, now sharing poems without me? Not cool. The three of us laugh. Of course we wouldn't forget about you. Of course, show us your poem then. She proudly raises it in the air and she hands it to me. Monica looks over my shoulder, trying to read it at the same time. Whoa, this is long. Oh wow, it's just kind of blurry. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wrinkly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song, right? Yeah, I think that every time she sung the chorus, my heart would pretend to rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, that's why I'm not friends with her. On time, I hurt my leg really bad, and Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I already see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spider too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's better off without spider lovers. I'm going to tell everyone. That's so gay. Oh, I didn't even click anything. It just went off at the perfect time. Yeah, perfect timing, game. You really understand when I finish. Okay, your poem's considerably long, though. Oh, the one she wrote yesterday. More long than the one yesterday. And it's much more complex. Yeah, it is. It's hard to describe. Some kind of mix between her usual simplicity and a strong message. FD didn't lie. This poem also has having a weird hobby. Monica doesn't say a word. It looks like she'd like the poem as well. Well, Natsuki, how can I say this? Oh no, if you're going to criticize me again. I'm kidding. I really like it. Actually, FD told me the poem was very similar to yours. She winces as I say his name. It's much longer than yesterday's. right? Yep. See, I can use more words than you think. Indeed, doesn't it share some elements with Evie's poem a little? Natsuki flinches once more. I'm pretty sure Monika's just testing Natsuki a little bit. I didn't know if I considered this funny or mean. No, he copied my style, but let's not talk about this, alright? Come on, you know I'm just teasing you. Anyway, why don't you show me your poem, Yuri? Since apparently ours are similar, let's see how portrayed this subject. I hand her the poem, she takes it, almost ripping it. She's nervous, I can feel it. She reads my poem a few times. How? Pardon? How could you write about the same subject as me? What are the odds? Oh, that? I guess we're connected in some ways. And about the poem itself, how was it? Well, you know, it feels a little unlike you. Unlike me. Doesn't she understand the meaning of it? Monika couldn't even tell. What do you mean exactly? Well, Monika looks startled. I don't even think she was listening to us. Yes, what is it, Natsuki? I need your help. Something in this poem doesn't feel quite like Yuri, but I can't put my finger on it. Well, we talked about it. I couldn't find the correct meaning. It honestly made me think of very dark things, honestly. Maybe this is what's bothering you. Yuri doesn't write about dark things usually. They're getting directionally close to the main point of my poem. How am I supposed to justify myself? I don't know. I must have read a little too much before writing it. But that's important, is that you enjoyed it, right? Of course. It's not my writing style, but it's really well executed. Good job. Natsuki nods at me and Monika looks in Efti's direction. It looked like these two are done sharing their poem. Sharing time's over then. Without a word, she stands up. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poem, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. We all gather at the front desk, staring at Monika. Efti looks a little confused. Actually, it's pretty common to Monika to ask us to gather and talk about something. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Before I speak my mind, Natsuki does it for me. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparation. Everyone does well with last-minute preparations. What are you talking about? Yeah, whatever. My pleading voice isn't enough to change Monika's decision, though her determined look doesn't change. Don't worry so much. We're getting to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Yuri has been working on posters. I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event, not exam, my bad. Natsuki and I look at each other. What a relief! If only decorations it can only go well, right? Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. It's like my heart just stopped beating. Performing? Is this some kind of joke? No, her eyes says otherwise. There's no way I'm going to perform. Performing? Monika, without even listening to our concerns, she takes a proud posture and breathes in before talking. Yeah, we're going to have our poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Siri's putting it all on posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hey. Siri, who's been silent since the start of the day, shows us the post she's been working on. I didn't know she was such a good artist. Her lines are delicate and the coloring is well done. I smile at her, but Natsuki doesn't seem to care. It seems like she's some shout at Monika. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's a bad idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. Well, there is a way it's going to be performed in front of the group, like people like that. I shyly raise my hand. I don't know what against Monika's will. This is just too much for me to handle. I agree with Natsuki. I can never in my life do something like that. Just imagining being in front of the crowd. I can't. Definitely not. I shake my head in fear. Guys, Siri looks like she wants to say something, but Monika holds up her hand, signing to her to say no more. Oh, oops. None of you saw that? Well, you can't, honestly, because it's a different tab. Oof. No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems without anyone else until a couple of days ago? It's allowed to ask them to recite their poems out loud to the whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. I feel guilty. Seeing Monika so sad after we reject her idea. I really want to do it for her, but I can't. I know my limits. Monika doesn't look ready to give up just yet, but I think we should give it our best shot. We're only responsible for the fate of our club. If we start the event and put each good a performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. Then the more people will perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yee. Oh, why did I say yee? It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Is Sayori really saying that? I mean, I shouldn't judge people before learning about them, but she's always so silent. I wouldn't have expected her to be so poetic, and she's making sense wandering through our own feelings as I described. That's right, as more of those reasons we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share with poems with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And all it takes standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Wow. Natsuki remained silent, probably thinking about the pros and cons of such a performance, and I wish I could say the same thing. I wish I could say the same thing. Monika's words resonate in my head. She's totally right. Our goal is to get more members to share our passions for literature, so he doesn't look too bothered. She actually watches us waiting for our answers. God, Monika, how can you be so convincing? I guess it's a skill she developed while participating in the debate club. It's only FD who's been listening from afar, judging the conversation. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. Oh yeah, I had a voice for him, I forgot. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to become the fuck. I don't remember. The least we can do is help them from a little bit. Well, maybe, but Monika's arguments worked on us to get that really expected. She never missed an occasion to share her passions. Considering how well Monika phrased them, there's no way she wouldn't have agreed. Ugh, okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Everybody's looking at me expectantly. What am I supposed to do? Even if he wants me to do it. If he does, then I guess I'll do it. I guess I don't really have a choice. Yay, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. I sigh once again. This club's seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. Monika has look on her face. Exasperated look on her face. I don't fucking know. It's really that hard to understand how painful it is to be in front of a crowd. It just says, no, me, I'm not able to do it. I was born this way. But anyway, let's just move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. Monika needs to stop with her sudden ideas. I almost fall in my chair. She wants us to practice now? No way. Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Monika doesn't even show an ounce of compassion. I suspect that she wants to push us against our limits in order to improve. It's an honorable motive, but it's just not the right time. Not while Lefty's here. What if I end up making a fool of myself while reading? Don't worry. I'll start to help everyone a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Siri has her hand raised and she looks all fired up. I wish I could be willing as her, of course. Now let's see. She flips through her notebook, glancing over all the poems she's written. Seems like she wrote a lot before we even started sharing them. I tried bringing the ones I have for home at the same point. She reads one and nods. A few seconds later, she's behind the poem, ready to recite a poem. Did I say that? Did I say she's behind the poem, ready to recite her poem? I meant podium. My bad. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Before she even says the first word, I can really feel the power of her poem. Just like FD, if you take away the like, it's just FD. Hey, she has this special aura. It's hard to define. She starts reciting. Her voice is clear and stable. The rhythm of her poem is extremely regular and constant, just like the poem she showed me. It seems like her own particular writing style, but it's not only a writing style, it is that her poem we're meant to be reciting. I can't tell if she takes the time to recite this every one of her poems, and one thing for sure, she really is talented. I tried getting some inspiration from her poems before I know the recitation is already over. Everyone's focused on her. We all applaud, and Monika catches her breath and smiles at us. She looks really proud of herself, actually seeing her enjoying her time up there. Why can't that not be me? It's only performing in front of her, right? It's not going to be such a big deal if I fail. That was good, Monika. Oh, so good. My bad, I missed the so. Haha, thank you very much. I was hoping you'd get a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? Before Sayori gets up from her chair, I stand up with my hand raised. I'll go next. Ooh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. I grab a form from her notebook, clenching it in both my hands. I'm sure he's not too upset. I know she wants to go next, but I feel I can do it. I know I can. I look down, walking over to the podium. The poem is called All Looks Are Focused on Me. I wasn't expecting this to be so stressful. You can do it, Yuri. I faintly smile. It's Yuri. I can do it. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. I clutch my poem even harder. I take a few seconds to catch my breath and I start reciting the poem. I keep butchering my sentences. However, it's not such a bad feeling. I actually feel pretty good. It's like nobody's here anymore. The words flow out of me. I can't really control it anymore. I'm already reaching the end. I want this to keep going. Would it ever known as such an interesting experience? Everything feels calm. Ah, too bad. It's already the end. Oh wow, I actually like that. That was a really nice touch that I never expected. I turned my head up to look at everyone. Alternatively, wait, where? Oh right, I was just reading my poem. Nobody's clapping though. They're all standing there staring at me. Eddie's the first one to start applauding. Everyone else follows. However, they all look at me less confused. Was I performance that awkward? I don't even remember reading my poem, to be honest. I clutched my phone once again and I hurried back to my seat. I'm pretty sure I'm blushing. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. I seem to have exhausted all the words I can muster. I don't know if it really feels so good. This is embarrassing. But Eddie applauded. He was the first. For some reason that makes me feel genuinely happy. I guess I'm next then. She happily stands up and goes towards the podium. She's grinning at us. There's no way she's not feeling stressed right now. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry I giggled. It's obviously she's starting to get nervous. She's supposed to feel the same as I did, so she's ready to try it out. But imagine doing it two very different things. So Yuri, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try to think of it as you're reciting the other poem. Imagine if you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of the mirror or even in your head. It's your poem, so it'll come the best that way. I see. Okay then. After taking deep breaths, Yuri starts reciting her poem. Her voice is all soft. She cleared nervous, however, the result is mesmerizing. I feel like maybe she could give some more powerful, but if it's the first of her, it's really good. After a few sentences, it looks like she isn't paying much attention to us anymore. She's already enjoying the experience. I can feel a faint smile on her face as she reads through the tricky parts of the poem. Did she really write it herself? I can't know since Monica doesn't want us to make Sayori feel uneasy. As soon as she finishes, we all applaud. She sighs and grins at us. I did it! FD's the first to congratulate her. Of course, he's her best friend, after all. Good job, Sayori. Even FD liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? FD's oblivious to compliments, but Sayori tried to explain what she meant. Monica claps alone. It came out nicely, Sayori. That atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. It might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with the kind of delivery. I think Monica spotted the same flaws I did. Sayori's delivery was interesting, but I didn't feel like it would be the right one for the festival. I don't really understand. In other words, I would poem of yours where the soft and gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. It might need a little more force behind it, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then the next thing, I'm going to make sure you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Isn't Monica a little too hard on Sayori? She's clearly doing her best. She's the club president after all. That's what she's probably doing. Okay. Sayori lazily walks to her seat. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before FT. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well FT lower everyone's standards a little before I can have to do it. That was mean. She's trying to make us believe that no spectral feelings towards FT. Somehow I have trouble in believing this. It's Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. FT's incredibly tolerant with Natsuki. Well, I guess that's normal considering. Takes place in front of the poem. He looks calm and almost confident. If he's feeling awkward, you're doing a good job at hiding it. He starts reading his poem. Well, let's be honest, there's not much to read. It's only 20 random words, so let's continue. His voice is shaky, but he pronounces every syllable distinctively with a certain style. I can see his eyes moving as he reads the poem, the light of a reflection in his pupils. His face is incredibly delicate. Before I know it, his poem is already over. I haven't listened to the end. I need to stop focusing on other things. I shake my head. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less of the ability, but more of the lack of confidence in your writing. There's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. He looks disappointed in himself. That my heart sinks to see him like that. I wish I could compliment him on what is actually good in his performance, but I can't bring myself to talk. I pushed myself too hard. All right then, let's just leave it, you guys. Leaves you Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. On her way to the point, she keeps lonely to herself, probably saying things about Monica and her pushy attitude. She glances at FD and immediately looks down at her poem. The poem is called. Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem's called Jump. I did take a breath and starts reading. She gets relaxed. She reads through it, even though she sounds a little tense. She got the same rhythm as Monica. Reading her poem and hearing them are completely different experiences. It's so much more complex when I recite this way. I wonder how she'd feel when she wrote yesterday would have sounded. She finishes her poem in the attitude of polish, just like she did for everyone else. She hurries back to her scene. Her poem is still in hand. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Do you feel like do you at least feel prepared enough to recite to the front of all other people? I mean, I'm doing it in front of other people will be easier by doing whatever face I want for other people. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. At least I feel at ease with one of those. I'm pretty sure it's even worse in front of the crowd for me. I'd never thought of all the fuck, whatever the fuck it said. That's Natsuki. I think it would be better for the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, we won't have much time to worry about the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone coming through. It's hard to be, but I hope that you all have an idea what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem enough good and get enough practice before the festival. Okay, I'll be making pamphlets to let know ahead of time that you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. You doesn't have to be your own work. Your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Oh yeah, no problem. Well, stay in our seats for me looking awkwardly at each other. Something about a consensus. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the poems festival is coming up, so let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we're planning tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the weekend to prepare Monica for the big day. I can't wait. I really assuring smile. Monica, I can do this. I can do this. All right. Monica sits down in her chair. I find myself staring at empty once again. It looks like he's in deep thought. I think that's a little recitation. It had an impact on him, but I can't tell whether it's positive or negative. After a while, I snap back to reality and stands up. Back to reality. I'm sorry. M&M. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. I sense a bit of bitterness in Natsuki's voice. I think Natsuki is Monica's jealousy talk. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Judging by the description, what I must have said been a little bit embarrassing for him. Look down avoiding his gaze. I mean, walking home with him must be enjoyable. Well, it's okay, Eddie. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. With that, the two of them exit the room as usual, and Natsuki and I myself. It's funny how familiar the scene gets over time. Are you alright, Yuri? You've been fairly silent ever since you performed. Well, I guess I am, yes. I may have pushed you a little bit too far. I'm sorry if that's the case, but you understand, right? It's ready for Milko for us to get a new member, so this event can help us, and we seize the opportunity. I understand, don't worry. It's just, my performance. What about it? Looks like most of you were a bit confused. Was it really bad? Oh, Yuri, of course not. We were just a little shaken, you know? I mean, have you ever heard yourself when you perform? No, not really. That's why. Trust me, it was breathtaking. Halfway through the presentation, you started to feel noticeably at ease. You like you're another person. Really? Yeah, really, it was incredible. Don't worry yourself over about this. If you say so, I sigh with relief. So that was why. Monica looks behind to check where Natsuki's doing. She raising her voice a little. Yuri, would you mind helping me with a little something? Sure, why not? Just what is she up to? Well, be right back, Natsuki. Natsuki keeps searching for something in the closet and ignoring Monica. We both exit the room. I think we should end there, because it's a somewhat good ending, and also, yeah, the video's getting kind of long, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, and if you didn't, don't leave a dislike. It doesn't help any of us, and yeah, have a good day. Big day.